everybody. Welcome to HBCU Original, and this is actually the HBCU Talk segment. We want to just give a shout out to today's sponsor, which will be none other than.
Today's show is sponsored by Swift Pro for all your marketing needs. Want to be a sponsor? It's simple. Just email us for more info. Now back to the show.
And if you want to sponsor, listen, we have
donate to the HBCU Original cause. Help out our broadcast to continue to get out quality info to the viewers.
Let's start off. So today's topic, HBCU family, and all others who want to tune in. We wanted to talk today about Tyler Perry and the criticism that he has been receiving for the film Divorce in Black. And we'll have some of our guests start off. First of all, we're going to say hello to J.L. Williams, our co-host.
Hey, good day, everybody, everywhere. How you doing? I'm excited to be here today. And this is a really interesting topic. You know, I love being able to be sort of Cisco and Ebert on this side of it. And then being able to just be, but be fair in the criticism, but also, holding people accountable to how they portray, our culture. And so that's a part of it as well. So we're going to want to, even as you're looking at this, get some of your feedback as well. And also we want you to like, share. There's people that are really viewing a lot of the information that we're putting out in the content, and we have some awesome guests on, such as the one that we have today. But he's been with us for a minute, so he don't feel like a guest. He's just part of the team.
yeah, for sure.
And we just want to welcome Donald Morton once again, the visionary of Remand. And so Don, how you doing, man?
It's a good day, man. It's working hard on behalf of brothers, making sure that we have voice and we're seen and we're at the table. So I'm excited to be among brothers. So thank you for the invite.
Absolutely.
So, just starting up, the topic really, when I first was, heard that he was being criticized in the media, been seeing a lot of people, really talk bad about him. I had to go back and really, I have not really watched a lot of his films, really because they really didn't represent me, sort of. And honestly, Medea, that's a popular, one of his most popular films in production, a play, and that's what I kind of knew in the beginning. But I haven't watched really any of his recent films. I did get a chance to watch Divorce in Black, and I don't know. What do you think? What are your thoughts? Personally, is Tyler Perry detrimental to the Black community, or is he a positive to the Black community? Is he helping our community? Is he a leader for our community? Because at the end of the day, he produces films. He does employ hundreds of African Americans, both male and female. And this is a great topic. Is he helping the community?
Well, first off, what I'd like to do is to give him props for following his dream, and for the sacrifices that he has made to actually do that. Sleeping in his car, going without for long periods of time because he was following something that was bigger than him. I heard it said that if the dream is big enough, the odds don't matter. And so this man, to me, embodies that particular, that quote, that mindset of going forward in spite of all the odds. And then, this as we can have seen this evolve into something that has been bigger than him.
Right.
He started out doing plays, and his plays were really, really good, and it's something that really caught fire in the African American community and abroad. And we all have enjoyed uh, the things that he has entertained us with. And let's make sure that we don't vilify him in a wrong light, and put something on him that is not, that's not relevant or not true. So he's really done some great things in our community, in the sense of what you talked about earlier, how he has employed so many people. And not only that, we have also people such as Robert J. Moore and Priest Tyre, and all these gentlemen that we know uh, that have admired his work. His work has really inspired them to do the things that they're currently doing now. And so we want to give Mr. Tyler Perry his props. And as we critique it, and as we look at, are some of the things true? One of the things that my mom used to say: if it don't apply, let it fly. So if it's something that don't apply to you, let it fly. But as far as we are concerned, because he is African American, is his plays, do they speak to us, or do they cover the issues that that impact us, or is it just entertainment?
And one of the things
For the sake of entertainment. I'm sorry, go ahead.
And come right behind you, John. Most importantly, is he representing the African American male in truth? That's first. Is he representing the African American female in truth? Is that second? Because the male is the head of the household, and the female. Now we do have single family homes, but I mean, for most part, I do believe the male is head of the house, and
sure,
male is under. So is he representing all of us? In the light we need to be represented to be, because I think that's one of the criticisms that he's not representing the African American male in a positive light. We're always seen in a negative light. What do you got?
Well, go ahead, Down. Go ahead, man. I'm waiting for Donald to warm up.
I mean, some of the comments that I've seen, some of the the posts I've seen, some of the comments I've seen are very, very, very harsh.
Yeah,
but is it truth in that? And some of his films.
So someone would have to kind of tell me, I'm over here, I'm engaged, I'm over here looking at his movie list, right? Because I think it's important to credit or critique a man's full body of work, not just the work that is most recent, but his full body of work, right?
Yeah.
All of us have, I'm from the cassette era, right? I'm the era where John, Mike, and Vince, we bought albums.
That's right.
Yeah. We bought albums in the wax era, right?
Yeah.
And what's amazing is some of our greatest artists, all of us can find duds that they've done. Right? Things that we say, I really wish I could have not bought that, right? If I could buy a single, I would have bought this single. I like this one, I like this one, I like this one. I think Tyler Perry is the same way. Let me recognize some of his greater works. The Family That Plays. Phenomenal movie.
Yeah.
Right? Acrimony. Phenomenal movie. Right?
Is that the one where Taraji played in that?
Taraji P.
Yes, he played in that one. Yeah, that was hot, man. Yeah, that was hot.
Brilliantly written, because if you've seen the movie, then you'll recognize that it's so brilliantly written, John, that if a sister looks at the movie, she gonna side with Taraji. If a brother looks at the movie, he's gonna side with Robert, right? Right. So it's so brilliantly written that I've not been able to see anyone kind of cross the aisle and say, nah, sis was right, or a dude say sis was right, a sister say dude was right. It's brilliantly written.
Yeah.
And then, Temptation, which
Mm.
was a great movie about a guy who is incredibly controlling. Now, so when you add all of that to all of the shows that he's done, the plays that he's done, I agree with you, John, when you say, man, let's pause and breathe.
Yeah.
And give that brother flowers, right? That brother has chased his dream.
Yeah,
He caught the dream, right?
Yes, he did.
And is kind of a full embodiment of what it means to sacrifice for the dream to come true.
Yeah.
So that's number one, right? Let's celebrate the work that he's done. I Can Do Bad All by Myself. What's the name of the movie where the sister was raped by, and she kills the husband at the end right? She shoots him at the
altar. Yeah, I remember that. What was that? Yeah, that was something right there. Yeah. Well, I tell you what, his movie, they kept you on the edge of your seat.
Oh yeah, Fall from Grace.
And it was really, and I'm saying a movie is supposed to be entertaining.
Yeah.
So some of what he is doing is he's entertaining you.
Yeah.
And the reason why we are even on this call now is because he's entertained to the degree where he's brought up some questions about certain things. But
here's the deal, though.
Let me ask a question real quick, John, about that. You said entertain, or is it supposed to awake you?
No, it's not. It's designed for entertainment.
Yeah.
Let's be clear. All of this is so you have woke artists, right? Like the Spike Lees of the world, who by the way, Spike has had a problem with Tyler Perry for decades now. So this isn't new. They've had this battle that they've had before. I think before we got on, I don't know whether it was John or you, Vince. Before we got on, we talked about the fact that it matters what lane you play.
Yeah,
Mike is brilliant in his lane.
Yeah,
Tyler is brilliant in his lane.
Put my hand up. What's the question?
So, Mike, get the building. What's up, baby?
For those tuning in, listening in, today's topic is about Tyler Perry and the recent criticism that he's received about the new movie he's just putting out, Divorced in Black. We want everybody to comment, chime in. Give us your view. Give us your thought. Is he detrimental, or is he an asset to the Black and African American community? So, we definitely want to stay on topic, because one of my things is he putting Black men in a positive light?
So what? And guys, this is going to take you a minute to speed me up. What is he projecting for the African American male? What is this projecting, or what is he showing on screen? What is he showing?
Yeah, because he's receiving scrutiny that he's down. He's always downing the Black man. His movies are always criticizing the Black man.
Daddy's Little Girls doesn't criticize the Black man. It celebrates the Black man.
But let me wait. I'm not saying that we are talking about that.
It celebrates Black men. Why Did I Get Married To does not criticize Black men. It celebrates Black men. Mm-hmm. So we've got to be willing. Here's my challenge with our culture, right? Now, would I wear a dress and call myself Medea?
No.
Hell no. That is not. Hey, Mike, that's not my flavor, man. That's not what
I can't help you. I cannot help you.
But to say, and Vince, I heard you say a moment ago, and I wanted to really tap into that a bit, because I think it's a statement that we need to really highlight. When we say that we are head of families, right? is that positional or is it practical? So positionally, yes, we are called to be head of family. I would argue that we are called to be foundation of family, right? Because sometimes when we think about the head, we get on this power trip. The truth of the matter is we're the foundation of it all. That society can't exist in its fullness without us. So I like to think of us as the foundation of a society that desperately needs a foundation to be sure and to be strong.
Yes,
But
sir.
here's the question. Is Tyler Perry putting us in a bad light, or are we putting ourselves in a bad light? So I'm all for making sure that we are promoted in ways that are very, very healthy as it relates to masculinity, manhood, so on and so forth. I think we need images of men taking care of their families, and we need images of men working hard, and we need images of men advancing community. We need images of that without question.
Without question.
It's disingenuous of us to suggest that that's all we are. We are not just that. We are also men who make significant mistakes. We are also men who are no longer in the household. We are also that man. So for me, we've got to hold our communities responsible for how and accountable for how they portray us. But gentlemen, we also have to hold one another accountable for how we showing up. So it's both of them that have to be honored and respected. And I'm not here to suggest that he is casting aspersions upon Black males. Again, Mike, again, Vince, again, John, I wouldn't do it. There's some parts I wouldn't play, but I can list a number of movies where he has celebrated Black men. And we have to give him credit for that as well.
Absolutely.
No doubt.
Absolutely. Now, this could go 100 different ways. Okay, you're talking about Tyler Perry. All right, so let's kill the argument right away. Tyler Perry's worth $1.4 billion. So let's kill that argument. Okay, he's corporate enterprise business. That's what he's doing. And when you look at it from that standpoint, okay, he has connected himself in an industry, and they kind of share what they want, and he produces it. Right. Now, does it give African Americans opportunity? Yes. Yes, it does. So let's look at that from an African American male perspective. Okay. For everybody that's on today, would we want to be projected in that? Would we need to do that? He's found a niche and it's swam, but this is what America wants because the African American male is
wait. You said America wants it.
This is what America wants. If you want to dig deep, then dig all the way down to the ground.
Is that your opinion?
I'm giving it. If I told you it's going to go a different way.
I'm just like,
all right. And we got to let the brother know what the question came is because I'm gonna land. The plane is going to land. So, do you want to let him know what the question is? The Tyler Perry movie, which he's engaged and he produces, and I listen to you. Excellent work, my brother. Now, Tyler Perry, he's found a niche. Medea, it works. He's worth $1.4 billion. Okay.
Now I can't always go back to see that's the thing. We always worry about how much
No. You got to let me get there.
Monetary side, and sometimes it's not about monetary side.
Hold on, let me get there because I'm going somewhere. I'm just warming up right now. So what I want to do is take Tyler Perry and I want to integrate him in the Prop 225. Let's talk business. Now let's talk business. Let's talk business because this is corporate enterprise business. That's what Tyler Perry does. The only thing I don't like about Tyler Perry is Dame Dash gave him $2 million. He didn't pay him. And he had to go get his money from him at an event. That's what I didn't like. Now,
no, that wasn't Tyler Perry.
Hold on now. Hold on.
That wasn't Tyler Perry. Let me correct you. That wasn't Tyler Perry, though.
Okay,
that was
Lee Daniels. Let me get there, Vince. Let me get there. Okay. The point I'm saying is African American males. We are endangered species. Okay, we are an endangered species. Okay, so what America has us do is portray us in a certain way. Okay, that is nowhere near what we represent. Okay.
Okay.
So when you move into that arena, as you heard Kat and all of them talk about, I'm not going to wear a dress. I'm not going to wear a dress. I'm not going to do this. Okay. The reason I'm bringing up Prop 225, because I had to go do the research, and I said, okay, let me find out what's really going on. Okay. Donald Trump, again, this is perfect because this is the side where Tyler Perry is. There's no Democratic there. When you're worth $1 billion, billionaires work with billionaires. Let's just face it. Whatever is going to make money, that's how they got to $1 billion. Now, when you talk about 225 and you're looking at the GOP and the preparation, all of this preparation of government, all this preparation of additional, they're chopping the fat. But here's the deal. African American brothers, we're not the fat. We're not the fat. We have to go out and find or stake our own claim. Now, here's where the morality comes in. Okay, somewhere inside, he took and fired back a comment. But is it real? Okay, because he's actually doing it for the money, and that's what Tyler Perry does. You can't knock an African American male that finds a lane, excels in the lane, projects us as one way, as Spike Lee did. If we never would have saw Spike Lee's movies, okay, where would we be today? That's the truth. Yeah. So the point I'm trying to say with Tyler Perry, man, sometimes when you get to $1 billion, that's another lane. But when you get to Prop 225, the reason I'm bringing it up, because it's not about African American men. And I'll tell you, when the GOP, and you guys know I'm a Republican. Okay, I'm a black Republican. Well, let me explain what a black Republican is. A black Republican is somebody who stays on my side of the tracks. Now, I'm on my side of the track. Okay, that's this brother shaking his head. We're going to talk. We're going to talk. Black Republican. But here's the deal, man. This is not comical. This is real. Okay, so when you get a brother like myself, and this is the majority of us brothers, we're not trying to integrate. We're trying to segregate and say, look, as African American males, okay, we got to be our own charter school. We got to take control. So I can tell you right now, if they wrote Prop 225 and I'm starting to dig into it, there's a lot of loopholes that are built in there for them, that they're going to work through the loopholes. Okay. And for African Americans, what we got to do is understand and learn the loopholes, okay, as men. Okay, now women, that's a projection, that's a different statement. But if you look at what's being empowered, that's why I told you the other night, they're empowering African American women. But what are the men going to do? Because if you can sit here and say I'm Democratic, but I got 7 kids and I ain't taking care of them. If you could say I'm a Democrat and I got bills and stuff and I'm not managing, and you could sit on here and say I'm a man, but you're not taking care of nobody. So you have to ask yourself, as an African American male, okay, Republican or Democrat, it doesn't matter. I went through Richard Nixon, okay, I've been through Ronald Reagan, okay, you understand what I'm saying? I've been through Bush, his son, okay, and now I'm walking into Donald Trump. In 1980, I read his book, The Art of a Deal, okay, it served me wonderfully, okay, but I don't engage into a program that think one party is going to change an African American man's life. If you can point to me and tell me, if you go Democrat, this is what the black man is going to receive. Because if you notice, all the communication doesn't include us. Okay, so when I go back to Tyler Perry, and that's why I brought up 225, as a black man, you got to stake your claim. You better go out there and trench it. So when Vince contacted me from Money Mike's podcast, said, hey, brother, I need you to come over here and do this. And John Williams, I say, I'm in. We're going to build this. Okay. But Prop 225 ain't going to stop this. You understand what I'm saying? We're not going to get moved out the way. And that's what African American men must understand. You must understand the loopholes. Once you get the loopholes, okay, and you build it from corporate enterprise business, revenue expenses, your client image, okay, we can't be on here not under kingdom principles. We can't be on here cussing, okay, and then we got to have safety, security, and stability, okay. That is a corporate enterprise, okay, and that's where we need to move to as African American men. This distraction on a Republican or a Democrat, there's no revenue in it. There's no revenue in it. There's no money to be made. Okay, so we're arguing, and this is what African Americans do. I know I know you ready. I know the other brothers ready. This is what we do. You drag us into arguments of distraction. I could care less what movie Tyler Perry makes. I'm not engaged in Tyler Perry. If you want to put me in a movie, I'll watch Wall Street. Okay, you want to put me in a business movie, you want to put me in the movie Margin Call, I'll watch Margin Call. Okay, because brothers, we have to generate revenue. And we have done that since the day we were put on this earth. From the day that we went into slavery, we didn't have no tools. We became engineers. My grandfather was a carpenter and electrician. He was a sniper. He built on the ships. Don't ask for nothing from nobody. You put in the work. And I think that's where we are as African American men. So when you say Republican or Democrat, what difference does it really make? How much more money are you going to make if you on the Democratic side or you on the Republican side? Because for the African American male, it's got to be about the family, the infrastructure, the black male being in the family, active. Okay, because we're just talking about Republican and a Democrat. That's why I threw Prop 225 in there. Because you know what? They didn't got a head start. They didn't got an infrastructure in place. Okay, he's putting people in place for Prop 225 to turn you into a non-civil servant worker and put you under a different grade so you can be fired. Now, how you gonna beat that? How you gonna beat that? Okay.
Hey, everybody who's tuning in right now, this is HBCU Original. Listen, we're talking about Tyler Perry and the criticism that he's facing. Is it fair or foul? Is it fair or foul? Let me welcome in. I apologize. Robert J. Moore, who is a producer of films, who is a producer of plays. Robert J. Moore, what are your thoughts on the criticism, fair or foul? Is he detrimental to African Americans?
Let me go out and come back in, yo, because I have no idea exactly what just happened. All of y'all, I can't even hear, and I can only see you. So let me go back out, and then I'm gonna come right back in.
No problem. Come back in. Come back in.
All right.
So people are listening in, and listen, we're talking about Tyler Perry. Is the criticism fair or foul? He's been getting a lot of flack for the movie Divorce in Black. Money Mike just said, listen, hey, he's building the foundation, Prop 2025. We have Brother Donald Morton, J.L. Williams. They're all chiming in. What are your thoughts? Okay, Rob, can you hear us now?
Yeah, I hear you. So what was the question in regards to Tyler Perry?
So, he's getting a lot of criticism and flack for the new movie, Divorce in Black. We want to know if it's foul or fair. And you, as a producer of films and plays, and also
writer
of plays, we definitely want to know your input. You just missed Mike's comment. He was speaking about, I think you heard him, Prop 2025, where he's also building a foundation. It's good that we have somebody like him. What are your thoughts about everything?
I mean, to be perfectly honest, man, we're every time there's something that's our icons, I look at this, our icon, people that we idolize, from Bill Cosby to R. Kelly to all of these people that we put on these pedestals that everybody is idolizing. That's great at what they do. There's always criticism. There's church. There's preachers that's been criticized for doing all of the stuff that they've done wrong, and they're put on this pedestal of but I think that we all forget that they're all human. So everybody's going to make mistakes, right? Everybody's going to make a mistake, right? So me personally, I don't see why us. It's always us. Do you hear white people sitting over here talking about how bad Donald Trump is doing? Do you see how some of the stuff that he's doing and let's just skip past Donald Trump. Let's say any of these other white people that's doing this stuff that have businesses. Let's just go for Delaware, the Buccinis or whatever, right? Let's just say, do you hear anybody in the camps around Delaware is talking bad about them as a white person? No, you don't, because they all come together. It's always us black people. We always tearing each other down. I'm not going to say anything wrong about some man that has made other people's lives so much better. How could you criticize that because of something that you think, that's something that you don't know the reason why this man made that movie. So for anybody to criticize, I've written movies because it was something, it was a thought that came to my head and I just wrote it. That's what I want to do. That's me. That's my opinion. If you don't like it, don't watch it. Listen, September the 9th, I go down there to down Tyler Perry Studios and all of that, right? I didn't like the movie. I'm sitting next to somebody I'm sitting next to Leandre, right? I'm sitting next to Leandre Prince, the kingpin himself. I'm sitting next to him, but like a week ago, he called me like, "Yo, Rob, did you see this Tyler Perry movie? It was the beginning. I just seen the beginning or whatever. It was dope or whatever, right?" Mm-hmm. And I said to him, I already saw it, so I just let him go ahead and say. He said, "I'm rushing home. I'm going to watch it." So he went home and he went and watched it. His whole attitude about everything that he was saying was not the same when he watched the entire movie. Me personally, I can't criticize. That's an art. Nobody that has not written anything can sit here and criticize somebody, because it takes a lot to write a play, to put it all together, to then go out, or a movie, to then go out and cast people, so people can bring your thoughts and everything to fruition. So I'm not going to criticize that, man. That's just something that, I know I watched it once. I would never watch it again. So why and how could we criticize somebody and they saying that he's in it for the money? I think that might be the dumbest thing that anybody in the world could say, that Tyler Perry is writing movies because he's in it for the money. This man got money that he will never be able to spend. He has created a generational wealth, is what most of us, when as a black man, we want to continue to keep on talking about black men. When we're all trying to create generational wealth. We're all doing something and trying to create something that's going to create generational wealth. Us as black people, we all have a little bit of a struggle with the past and stuff, decisions that we made. We all grew up in well, not can't say all, most of us grew up in these probably bad neighborhoods that, when you don't know and you haven't been outside this area, it's kind of hard to even want to fight to do better or want even more. So, like with that, this man has made it. He slept in his car. For him to go and do some of the things that he's done, this man has bought all of this land. And I don't know if you guys have been to Tyler Perry Studios, it's one of the.
No, we haven't.
I've never in my life seen anything like it. I've been there 3 times. I've never in my life seen anything like that, and it's owned by a black man. You understand what I'm saying? So him and TD Jakes just teamed up. I don't know if you know that. TD Jakes has been getting slammed, by being at puffy parties and all of this old crazy stuff. I think it's so sad in what we're doing. The news, because we don't own it, they're only seeing what we talk about, and that's the bad stuff that's happening. They're not publicizing all of the good stuff that's going on. They're not publicizing. They're not doing anything and saying anything that they've done that's good, giving back. He's starting university. Any of that stuff. The first thing that they want to do is say the negative, and guess what? Negative sells. And me personally, I'm not going to be on here going back and forth with 4 men. I'm not doing that. This is my opinion. And this is where I stand on it. I'm not criticizing no black man, because guess what? I'm a black man that's made plenty of mistakes. I'm a black man that comes from poverty. I was adopted. I'm a black man that's trying to make it and to do the things that I love to do. I have been in the community of Wilmington, Delaware, and I've helped thousands. I had people that's in the NBA, NFL that played ball for me, that then came through my program and everything. I'm not criticizing any of these guys.
Let me stop you right there. We're not criticizing you, bro.
Yeah.
I'm not criticizing.
Hold up.
I'm not talking about criticizing me. I'm talking about y'all criticizing Tyler Perry.
No one is criticizing Tyler Perry.
We're just saying what do you think about the people are being negative towards him?
The conversation is around whether or not the art form that you have adequately described is beneficial,
right? Or
if it is not beneficial to our communities. And gentlemen, that is a critique worth having. Anybody that is in, I think it was John that said it earlier. as it relates to Kamala Harris, who is the presumed, presumptive nominee for the Democratic Party running for president, right? When you step into that space, you can expect it. You can expect it, right? So as a black man who values the work that Tyler Perry has done, I am still obligated to critique. It is not just, it is not a confrontation and critique are not bad terms, gentlemen. It's not bad terms. I'm responsible for stepping to my brother John and critiquing work that he does. He is responsible for stepping to Donald Morton and critiquing the work that I do. It is the only way to be better. And quite frankly, even if all of us here, I can't speak to Rob. Rob said it powerfully. I can't speak to what it means to write a play. I've never done it, but I am a consumer. And consumers have voice, right? We have a responsibility to say, as Rob said, I didn't like the movie. That's a critique, whether we want it to be or not. That's a critique. And it's okay to say, I didn't like the movie. I listed a whole number of movies that the brother did well. So to say that just like no one's critiquing or coming for him with regard to his moral background or anything like that. That's not the conversation. The conversation is his work beneficial to the African American community? Is it not? Is it beneficial as it relates to the imagery of black males, or is it not? And I think that we have not just a right to do it, gentlemen, we have a responsibility to do it. And yes, quite frankly, this argument about whether or not white people do it, hell yes, they do it.
All the time.
Yes, they do it. All the time.
Of course they do it.
Right? It's a part of
I never said that. I never said that they didn't do it. Of course. I mean, I was adopted. My father is white. You know what I mean? So I know they do it. But do you see it on TV? Do you hear it as much? No, do you hear it as much? Do you hear it as much as you're no, I don't. I don't. I don't. That's why I don't watch. That's the reason why I don't watch that. I'm not watching that, and I'm not going. I just don't. I feel as though, man, you know what I mean? Critique. Do he, whatever the movies that he makes, and is it beneficial for our community? It could be yes. It could be no. It's yes because he's showing his skills and his talent that things like this, it could be done. And he's showing like, listen, whatever you feel as though that you can do, it can be done. No, it's because of the perception of some of the things that some of the stuff like that title. I wouldn't have named it divorce. I don't know what divorce. I don't even know what that means.
I agree with you. I have no idea what the title means.
So me personally, if he had to change the title, change some of the scenes, I don't know. But what I'm saying to you is, this man he's making everybody that's in this active film, this community that's going to Atlanta, that's going down there, he's changing these people's lives. So is it benefiting the community? Yes, 100%. It is. It's benefiting the community.
Hey, Rob, let me ask you a question.
100%.
Hey, Coach Rob, I'm gonna ask you a question. What specifically can you attribute Tyler Perry doing that has encouraged and impacted your life as a producer as well as a writer?
What can I contribute to working with him and going down there to do some of the stuff that I write from my experiences. You know, I write from my experiences. Sometimes I'll come up with some stuff just to make it a little funny or whatever. But most of the things that I've written is from my experiences, and that's some of the stuff that he writes from as well, because he writes from his experiences. Some of the stuff, the things that he's been through. So, you know, we also have to look at that psychologically part of what he's getting all of this stuff out. He's getting it out, because guess what? It's somebody on the side of me, it's somebody on the other side of me that's probably like, listen, man, I've been going through all of this stuff. And he was able to come out and tell his story. If this man didn't come out and tell his story, guess what? We would never know anything about him. We would just know that Tyler Perry writes movie. He came out with Medea or whatever the case. He actually came out and told everything. I was molested. I was this. I was that. And it's like, yo, listen. And it's like, yo, listen, that right there is a powerful thing, because guess what? It's a lot of black men that we don't go to counseling. We don't go to counseling because guess what? We feel as though that everything that because as we was taught growing up, we got to be strong. We got to be strong. We got to be strong. And all of that strongness, we always have to be strong. And our weak moments can really damage us depending on who we're around or whatever, because we're afraid to be weak at points, at certain points in our life. But he wasn't. He was able to come out and tell his story. And that's one thing that I admire about him. Again, I don't agree with a lot of stuff that he done.
Right.
That's not my. I don't agree with all of the stuff that he's written, but I'm saying that is a talent, man. That is a talent. That is a talent, because trust me, being behind this pen, it man. I think I done ripped up just today. I think we done ripped up. I think just today.
Slow down, because that's such a. I need you to hear what you just said. That's a powerful statement. Being behind this pen.
Yes.
Being behind this pen, the therapeutic nature of the pen.
Yes, and this pen, listen, y'all, listen, I'm gonna tell you, anytime you ever see me, guess what? I got this pen, because guess what? I'm always, and I mean this, anytime you ever see me, tell me to pull out this pen, I always have a pen, because I'm always in that mode of thinking and writing. And like you said, Donald Morton, when you're behind this pen, the power that you have and certain things that you can do, it can change lives. It can change lives for the best, and it can change lives for the worst. It just depending on how you utilize this pen and your whole perspective of what is coming out and when you get it. You know what I mean? Like again, I have the opportunity to going down there and working at Tyler Perry Studios. Right. I start September the 9th. That's you know what I mean. That's something that you know, like that's something that, man. You understand, like, man, like who could literally really say that though? You know what I mean? Like, who can sit here and say, like, listen, he's giving me the opportunity. So, and that's what I'm doing, and I'm taking it, I'm running with it. You know what I mean? And shoot, I'm quite sure that he will probably see this video somewhere, and he will ask, and I will be glad. I will tell him exactly what I didn't like in regards to the movie, and it's just my opinion. It's my opinion. But I don't like the title.
Hey, bro, I would think that any man that has acquired a degree of success, he likes to have people around him that have diverse opinions, because the Bible says that there is safety in a multitude of counsel. And so when you have a multitude of counsel around you, everybody is not going to agree with you. And that is good that you don't have a whole lot of yes men around you. You have people around you that is going to tell you the honest to God truth about what you wrote, what you said, whatever it was. They did not agree with it, so forth and so on. That's how you grow, to the point what Donald Morton was saying about that is how we grow, when we critique each other. Absolutely. You at some point in time may get the opportunity to critique him and tell, because he might ask you, well, Ron, what do you think about this, or what do you think about that? And then you'll have opportunity to critique the things that he has done, which is good. I think it's great. And that's how we become a better version of ourselves, that we can have trusted brothers around us that can help to bring us to that next level by saying the truth of, hey, I didn't like what you did, or they give you kudos and say, yo, keep moving in that direction. You're doing a fantastic job.
Absolutely.
HBCU family, listen up. If you're listening in, this is HBCU Original. Listen, we're talking about Tyler Perry and the harsh criticism that he's been facing in the last few days over the new movie he just put out, Divorced in Black. You know, foul or fair? Is it foul? Listen, we all have opinions and things of these natures. And I do believe that he's getting a lot of harsh criticism. I don't think it's fair. I do believe that people need to step back and take a look at what he's doing,
The same way
who he's helping out.
criticize Tyler Perry, right?
Also,
I think you guys are missing the mark, though. I think you guys are really missing the mark. I think you're missing the mark here, and let me tell you why you're missing the mark. If you don't like Tyler Perry's movie, make a move. You make a move, okay? And so as the brother here just said, okay, when you get over to America, over to the white side, if they don't like the business you're in, they go do the business. Same thing, they do it their way. So we sitting here arguing about somebody who is successful, okay? And there's only two ways in business it can happen. You could be unsuccessful and have a lot of friends, or you could be successful and have a lot of enemies. There's only two sides to the coin. But
I love it.
Sit here and have us arguing amongst each other.
Oh no, we're not arguing.
Hold on.
Let's stop it there. You cannot put out false statements. We're not arguing though. We're not arguing.
You gotta let me finish because I'm always going somewhere. Just give me 2 minutes. Just give me 2 minutes, okay? When you have an African American male that's successful, okay, why would we sit here and come up with a reason to make it to where it's a negative light? If you don't like the way he portrayed the film, then you can go do a film that can portray African American males another way. It's a wide open market. Okay, there's no like saying, hey, well, I can't do it. And this is the thing that's got us, I believe, as African American men captured. This brother knows how to make movies. I probably think he'll be with Tyler Perry for a short time and say, you know what, everything here I already know. Let me go make my movie. Because he's good at what he does, and he did it from the ground up. So when we get to the point that's saying, how do we continue to just pick the successful African American? Why are they always the target? Okay, when they're having success. And now the true question is, show me in the NFL, like they say, show me the coaching tree. Show me the lineage of individuals that have come behind Tyler Perry that are making movies now. Okay, because that's what's going to make us as a culture and a community stronger. But if it's just done as an individual, then that's weakness.
Well, we got one on the line right now, Rob Moore.
Yeah, so I know, and I've listened to him, and he's beautiful. That's my point, brothers, is if you don't like something as an African American male in the United States of America, it's an open market. Okay, the only thing could stop you is you. That's it. And if you sitting there going, it's not fair, then the game is not for you. I mean, that's just cut and dry. So that's my thing. I can't criticize. I can't tell you his movie's good or bad. Okay, but I tell you this: if he's reached the level of 1.4, 1.5 million, he's done something right, and he's done it for a long time. Okay, this is not a short list. Okay, so when you talked about Daddy's Little Girls and all that, man, I love that movie. Okay, but it shows an African American male willing to get in a fight, go struggle. These my babies. Mama over here ain't right, but I'm gonna handle all this business. And in the end, he got victory. Okay, because that was
one of my favorite movies, man. That was one of my favorites.
Yeah,
that was one of my favorites, man.
But like he got his children. He got his children and his girl.
Yeah,
I do want to elevate something though that Money Mike says that I think I just want to embellish for a second, right? If my contribution to the culture, I think the greater question that we're having today, that I think is a question that I'm glad we're exploring, is let's take Tyler out of it. Is the work that John is doing detrimental or advantageous to the culture? Is the work that Donald Morton is doing advantageous or disadvantageous to the culture? We have such a broken culture that somebody's got to pull us up. Somebody's got to be able to say, hey, Donald, what you said on HBCU Original was detrimental to the culture, so that we can sit down and say, okay, tell me how, because my overall objective is to advance the culture. And at the end of the day, one of the things that Mike says is just absolutely true. Take away, because all of us can look at movies and plays, whether we go to Rob's or whether we go to
Jakes's or whether we go to Perry's. It really is all dependent upon our perspective, our appetite, all of those kinds of things. As some of us can watch the same movie and say, I hated it. And another guy said, really, I loved it. Right? So it's all based on perspective. When we talk about what is best for our people, though, let me tell you what's not deniable. What is undeniable is the man is paying wages.
Yes, sir.
Actors and actresses that they've never made before.
That's right.
He's hiring numbers of us that have never been hired before. I've watched these actors, Corey Hartrick, whatever his name is, right? That brother said with tears in his eyes, the man gave me money. He gave me for this movie what I've never made in my entire life. He paid Cicely Tyson $1 million for a small role. So when we talk about what he's done for the culture, right, that's undeniable. The man has impacted the culture in a way that no one else. To Mike's point, if you don't like the movie, go make your own.
Make your own
movie. Try your hand at it, right? But at the end of the day, the man is putting his money back into the culture. Here's some statistics for you. The dollar in the Black community doesn't stay in the community.
Don't go there.
Right? So when you got a man, this is where I agree with Rob. When you got a man who is doing significant work in making sure that the dollar circulates because he's hiring other Black people, let's lift that. Let's critique him for the stuff we don't like, and then let's spend the majority of our time celebrating a Black man who is making it possible for other Black people to live the lives that they are living. And I think when we do that, I think then there's a fair justification for the critique. But we ain't here to bash him. I'm here to celebrate that Negro. And
that's what's up, man. Hey man, I want to share something. I want to.
Before you do that, let me invite. We got Kyla into the group. She's our only female for the day. We want to hear her point of view on, the criticism that Tyler Perry is receiving for his new film Divorce in Black. I mean, is it foul or fair? Is he helping the community?
And Rob said, what does it even mean? What does
I
Divorce
do
in Black
believe
even mean?
it's a foul thing. I think it's foul. I think he's helping the community in a lot of different ways. It may not be the way we want sometimes, but he is helping. He helps universities, colleges, gives the money back to programming. Is it detrimental? I don't know. That's a topic for another discussion. What are your thoughts, Colin?
Kind of put me on the spot here.
Well, listen.
I just came into the conversation, but I'm actually somewhere. So you're just talking about Tyler Perry. If I'm not sure what the controversy is or what the comments are about him. So could you say that again?
Yeah,
I can tell you.
It's been a lot of negative comments in the news about his new film. People are just calling him different things, words that we don't want to repeat on here, but they're just talking down about him and that he's not for the culture and things of that nature. So we're just trying to get feedback and opinions on from different people. Do you think it's fair or foul?
Well, I mean, I don't follow all of his stuff, but obviously I'm aware of him and his records of back from when he was doing the theater to now. But I mean, I think he's making a positive impact. He's employing a lot of people. Every time I hear or read comments about him, they're saying actresses and actors are saying that he's paid them the most that they've ever been paid. I seen that recently, actually. I think it was Keke Palmer or somebody said that. So that's like Tyler. I'm not Tyler. What's her name? Taraji P. Henson. So plenty of people have said that.
Right.
So I would say that he's making a positive impact. He's employing a lot of people. That's for sure. He has a lot of TV shows and movies, and not that I watch him to comment on those, but I know he's doing a lot. So
yeah. I wanted to go back to something that Rob had said that I think is really significant here, and I think we need to plant a flag here because this doesn't happen a lot amongst us as African Americans. One of the things that Rob had talked about is talked about how him and TD Jakes are now sort of like partnering or they're doing some things together. A lot of times when you look at the scrutiny that TD Jakes has went under and all the things that have been said about him with P. Diddy and all this, a lot of us retreat from brothers that have had some bad criticism, some speculation about their name, and all those kind of things. But this brother has come alongside of him and has stuck by him and has decided to do business with him. This is what I love because the Bible says there is a friend that sticks closer than a brother.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
And so he that just sort of changes the narrative and the trajectory of the relationships that we commonly see in the African American community, because we a lot of times when brothers get some real scrutiny like that publicly, people just they don't come around him like that, and especially don't come around him publicly, to sort of befriend him and to cover him. So I love the fact that he's covering TD Jakes, not only that, but he's doing business with him. Mm-hmm. And I like that. I like the fact that see back in the day with you had Dr. King and you had Medgar Evers and you had cats that was really on the front lines, and they received a lot of criticism. Some of them were thrown in jail, had a whole lot of stuff happen to them, but they had brothers that stuck by them. They had community that stuck by them, even in the midst of their situation that they may be going through. And I could only imagine, because people died for what they believed in back in the day. We don't have leaders that will die for what they believe in now. And so, I give him kudos to the Most High, to the most for covering his brother. In the midst of the trial that he is undergoing even now, right now. And so I salute him and I celebrate him for coming alongside of TD Jakes and really, now bringing him on as a partner or doing movies with him and what have you. So I applaud that. And so I'm really excited about it.
Give a shout out to Rob, and also he has a play coming out. Let me go ahead and put it up on the screen. Are You Marriage Material, which will be August the 11th, Sunday, August the 11th, 2 shows, 3 p.m. and 7 p.m. Rob, you want to chime in on that real quick? And it's also another play as well. The other play will be, that's
Leandre Prince. It's called Girl Even Ain't Cheating.
Oh wow!
I don't have.
And now, so guess what? Now, these titles have been criticized, right? So let me explain something to you, right? So I sent all of this stuff out. My PR, she sent it out to Channel 6 News, Channel 10 News, Channel 29 News, and all of that. And they were like, no, we're not going to want to be a part of it. You know what I mean? It's just not whatever, right? The negativity, I guess, of the titles or whatever. Now, my thing is, you already done prejudged something because of the name of something that you have not even seen, have not even tried to even to read or see anything. It was just because of this title, and I say that because of that title, Divorce in Black. I didn't understand it. I didn't understand the title at all. Literally, I didn't understand the title at all. But I was so intrigued to see it because it was a Tyler Perry film. Mm-hmm. And it was a Tyler Perry film. So that was the one reason why I wanted to see it. But to see it, I just like, wow, you know what I mean? But that's the same thing that they're doing about, my play and Leandre's play. People is criticizing or whatever. And my play is coming out August the 11th. It's called Are You Marriage Material, right? It's not criticizing a black woman. It's not criticizing no woman. It ain't criticizing no black man. It ain't criticizing no man. It's actually giving my perspective on what does marriage, when you're sitting here talking about marriage, when you're talking about it, right? When we sit, what does it take to really be married? You understand what I'm saying? Like, there's a lot of other things that it takes, not just walking down the door and saying yes, I do. So I'm like, so it's coming out August the 11th.
Right.
August the 11th. August the 11th. It's going to be here at the Grand Opera House. It's
And
going to
let me
be
give it
here at the Grand Opera House.
and let me give a
Yeah,
shout out.
I saw the advertisement, man. It looks nice
It's right
too.
here. So let me also give a shout out to young lady right here, Kyla. She runs this is the South Jersey Caribbean Festival. We just
Oh
passed
yeah, I remember, sis. Yeah, okay.
July 13th, and this is one of the largest in South Jersey Caribbean festivals. 24 years. Next year will be 25th. So if you're welcome, if you want to sponsor for that event, reach out. You can reach out to me, or I'll give you the information. Just email me.
Hey, Rob,
Yeah.
let me ask you a question, Rob. 'Cause the industry is pretty tough. I mean, there's two industries, Rob, I consider tough: the music industry,
Right.
and also the film industry. And I mean, you've made it to Tyler Perry level. How hard is that? How really hard is that to get
I definitely want
to
to know that.
that level?
So I've been submitting my stuff to Tyler Perry for the past 10 years.
Wow.
10 years.
So I've been submitting my stuff. You know what I mean? But the thing about it was I wasn't even really giving it 100%. I wasn't even giving it 50%. I literally was just sending him a trailer here. I was sending, what I mean, maybe once or twice, maybe 3 times a year. I would just send it to him until I started realizing, like, I had to start believing in myself. I had to. That's the one thing. And so now it's just that I started going full throttle this past year. He had a writing event, and I submitted this trailer to him. It was for my very first stage play that I've ever written. It's called I Should Not Be a Target. I submitted that to him, but the play wasn't, the taping, the recording of the play wasn't good, but it was just a trailer. When he seen the trailer of the play, he was like, "Oh, I want to see more." And when he said that, I didn't understand. I didn't understand when he said he want to see more, because I wasn't seeing, how people, all of that stuff.
Mm-hmm.
Sending him my play or whatever. You know what I mean?
Sure. Yeah, that's it. That the reason I was asking that,
I think you're going out, Rob.
Yeah, because a lot of people get, they get dejected, or they get cut, or they don't make the movie. And I happen to know one person only. That's a lady named Lakeisha Henry, and she was in Tyler Perry's movies as well. You may know her, Rob. If I had a picture, I'd show it to you. But it's so much I see as I look at the industry, and I had no idea of the industry or educated of Diddy and all that. I mean, I missed the whole thing. But it looks like you go through a living sacrifice, where you have to sacrifice your entire life to the industry, and then you still can be rejected. I don't know what to say. I mean, because how many Denzels get through?
That's a good point. Yeah.
Hey, anything that you are undertaking. Matter of fact, my sister who has the Caribbean, the festival. Is it a festival?
Yeah, that's the that's the South Jersey Caribbean Festival, located on the Camden waterfront every year around the same time, July or August.
Beautiful.
And
so so my point in saying that, and really, sort of coming to her on this, was that, I'm sure that within 24 years, she has experienced some adversity, some pushback. Maybe some people in that community didn't want it there, so forth and so on. And I want to know what keeps this going? What keeps you in the game? Why do you keep doing this? So I really want to know from your heart, why do you keep doing this?
That's you, Rob. We talking to you.
No, I'm talking to the sister.
She might have froze up. I think
okay.
she froze
I
up.
apologize. She
might have froze, John.
Oh, she froze. Okay, all right.
So
looks like she went off. So it's cool. But yeah, I mean, any one of us can sort of answer this question, because it's a question worth answering, because there are people that may not have stuck to anything for this lengthy period of time, and may not have seen the kind of results that they feel like that they should have by this time now. And so my piece, Rob, what keeps you writing, man?
He said he did 10 years. He wrote
I
10
just
years.
want to know.
I mean,
There's
because
something.
you know why? The reason why I keep on writing because I know my purpose. I know that I know what I can do, and it's just getting the opportunity. And that's the whole thing. It's always me and John, we walk. It's consistency, and you have to be persistent at what you want. If you're
Yes, sir.
consistent and you're persistent at what you do, you know what I mean? Nobody can stop you. Just like Money Mike said, only person that can stop you is you. I have a dream of things that I want in my life. And me, I've been a teacher for the past 20 something years, man. And
Mm.
it wasn't for me anymore. When I first started doing it, it was like, yo, like, listen, John,
Yeah.
like it was my passion. It was my passion until it started getting to the point where it started getting political. And this is, as I addressed you guys when I first came on, my thing is not to argue with 2, 3, 4 black men. I'm not doing it. We're having a conversation. We're conversing. We're not arguing. So my whole thing, once I got to the point of teaching and it became that it was political and you have to know this and do that, I had to find my niche on something that I'm like, you know what? Yeah, I'm gonna retire. Yeah, but there's a life after teaching. And I found that when I go behind that pen, I go so many places. I can go to Japan, and I've never even been to Japan. All I got to do is Google some stuff and then just start writing about Japan. It takes me places. So why I start writing it actually, and why I continue, because it actually heals me. The one thing that I've noticed, and my mom has told me, you know what I mean, the most attractive thing about a black man is a healed black man, because we're all we're all hurt. We're still for issues. And that I'm like, like I heal through my I continue to heal through my pain.
Yeah, I can understand that. I can tell you guys this: the most success I've had in all business that I've ever had is I go the opposite way of what everybody tells me to do. When I get started business and everybody starts do this, I go the complete opposite way. Okay, and this is why. So when everybody came and I started Money Mike's podcast, they said this, and they gave me a book. I threw it away. Okay, because I understand God is in control.
Yes, sir.
God
Yes, sir.
is in control. And
Talk,
He is
sir.
already predestined your foundation before the foundation of where you're gonna go. So when I get a whole bunch of people, oh, this is this, I go the opposite. I run away from it because what they're doing is putting you into their world, which has been unsuccessful. And once I realized that, everything became wide open to me. Because you know what? If He made you, okay, He's gonna carry you
Come on.
wherever He wants you to go. And
Yes,
that's
sir.
been my success. Go right ahead.
Hey John, you want to comment back? I know we lost Kyla earlier. You wanted to ask her a question.
Yeah, sis. I wanted to ask you a question because we were really dealing with what keeps us in the game and doing the thing that we've been doing over such a long period of time, which keeps us consistent, even in spite of some of the rejection, even in spite of some of the pushback. What keeps us? So my question to you: why you been doing this Caribbean Festival for 24 years? Talk to us.
Okay. Well, the festival started with my father. My father's originally from the Caribbean, from St. Kitts and Nevis. So that's my connection in relation to the whole thing. So he was the founder. And I've been working with him from the beginning, more so on like the administrative paperwork side of it. And then when he passed, I just took the responsibility of everything, the outreach, marketing, and so forth. So we have a small group of people who assist with it. So for me, the reason why I do it and am keeping it going is just part of that. It's part of my culture. I'm interested in it. It's something that I enjoy doing, and it's something that people enjoy. Like I really see that people look forward to it. We've had days where it rained and people were disappointed. So sometimes when you see the feedback and you realize that people are really getting a lot out of it. Not even just the people who attend, but people in the group. People want to serve, or people want to be a part of something. So, I mean, for me, it's part of like history and culture and family, but it's also providing, an outlet for people in the community. And it is a free event, so there's a lot of work with that as well. But so I mean, that's pretty much what I do. Why?
That's good. That's good. I love that. One of the things that Rob said that I think even echoes this is that it's healing. It has become a healing balm in that community because people adjust their schedules, they adjust their life around attending this event. It sounds like it's been so significant in their life that they feel like that if I'm not there, I'm gonna miss something. So I really commend you on keeping the fire burning in that for your family and for the culture. That's beautiful. So I just want to, because I want people to understand that sticking to something, being a part of something is not for the faint of heart.
Yeah.
When I remember when Donald Morton, when he first started these conversations around remand, and I don't know, like the Bible says, we see through a glass darkly. And so he saw something developing over a period of time, and he kept on pushing until the vision came clear. It became clear, and then that vision, and he embodied that vision so much where now it took him somewhere. So now he did it in Delaware, and now he's in Atlanta, and he is. I remember seeing a thing that he won for being who he is in the space that he is, and how he is changing the trajectory of so many Black men's lives. But it's because of the consistency of doing something like Coach Rob had talked about earlier in our walks. We talked about that. It's the consistency of raindrops that will put a dent in the cement. It's consistency of something that will begin to be something that is a demand. It's no longer a luxury. It is a demand, and that sounds like even what my sister's doing. It is the demand. People, they listen. They demand that Caribbean festival, that they gotta have it. So I'm excited about the consistency, because people need to hear this conversation. It's some young folks that's gonna be listening to this, and one of the things that are gonna be consistent is that, man, it's I gotta show up.
Mm-hmm.
I got to have a great conviction around this thing, right? So I'm really excited about that. And Donald, speak to that, Donald Moore, because I share the things that I know about your journey, but share some things about that on what I'm saying about consistency.
Yeah, I just think first I apologize. I did send Vince.
Hey, listen, man, I'm hungry now, Mike.
Yeah.
He broke his fast, y'all.
I'm fasting, and so I couldn't eat until 6. And as soon as that clock said 5:59, I left all y'all.
I heard that.
I left all y'all.
Smacking it all.
Yeah. So consistency is key. Right? Consistency is key. There's nothing that you can accomplish without a sense of consistency. And the truth of the matter is, inside Remand, we talk often about the adversity quotient, right? A man's adversity quotient, his ability to be resilient in the face of opposition.
Yes.
In order to be consistent, you're going to have to show up even in the face of the opposition. And sometimes, not all the time, but sometimes the opposition is your color and your kind.
Absolutely.
And you gotta be okay with that. At the end of the day, my submission and surrender is to God.
Yeah.
I appreciate everybody else, but people are fickle, right? So on one day they'll celebrate you, the next day they'll crucify you, and you got to be okay with that, right? It just is what it is.
No doubt.
So for me, I've learned to get my applause from God, and recognize that if you live, listen, this is important, John. If you live by applause, you'll die by the absence of them.
That's right. That's
Say that again one more time. They didn't hear you. They
If
didn't hear
you
you.
live by applause,
That's
you'll
right.
die by the absence of them. When they are not around, when the spotlights are not on, when everybody's not yelling your name. And if you were in it for that, you'll stop. You won't be consistent, right? But when your consistency comes from something greater than yourself, our sister said it, right? She said, people want to be a part of something bigger than themselves. And Remand is not about Donald Morton. I'm setting Remand up now at 54 years old to live without me, so that when I go the way of the earth, there's still someone carrying the torch to make sure Black men are heard and seen and respected. So consistency is key.
Amen.
Hey, listen. We'd like to thank everybody for coming out today. We just wanted to remind everybody. Listen, if you're in the area, August the 11th, I believe it is. Please come out to see the play Are You Marriage Material, produced, written. What else, Rob? Directed,
written and produced by Robert J. Moore.
This will be
Sunday, August the 11th.
2 shows. 3
2
p.m.,
shows.
7 p.m. If you need tickets, you can get tickets right up on, I believe the website is on the bottom, grandoperahouse.org. Get your tickets. Also,
No, you can.
another play as well. Rob, go ahead and mention the other play.
It's called Girl Even. It's called Girl Even Ain't Cheating. It's coming out August the 4th. It's written by the Kingpin himself, Leandre Prince. He's the author of Bloody Money. Man,
Now,
he has a lot.
Hey, Rob, is he there with you now?
He sure is. This is my roadie.
You said all that time, man. You said all that time. You ain't
Oh
said
my
nothing, man.
God! Come on, man.
I was listening.
Come on, man.
What's up, Chad? How you doing, baby?
I'm gonna tell you one thing before I let him go. One thing that I've learned about Leandre, one thing that I've learned about him, he will listen before he go and start saying anything. And that's one thing that I picked up from past relationships and everything. You have to listen more and talk less. And that's what that's one thing that I learned about him. He will actually listen before he chime in and start saying something. But he's been here. He was out of the car, into the car. But we had rehearsal, so we that's what we were just driving to now.
I got
but
that play up too, right here. Here we go.
Yes, it is. Yes.
Girl, even ain't cheating.
Even ain't cheating.
Hey, Leandre, where'd that name come from, man?
It was just like getting even, right? Ain't cheating, right? To an extent, but it's like working through an issue. That's a lot of people get a bad reaction from that. They say, man, even ain't cheating. That's just, destroying the Black culture, this and this and that. But, the play is about a married couple, man, that just went through some stuff and they back together. They still together. Doing all the even and the cheating and all that. The reality is, like, if I went out and I, was disloyal or something like that, and she got even, right? How can I be mad? I mean, if we made the commitment for each other, right? So I don't know. It's just something to see. It's something to see. It's just what my eyes see. And I was listening to y'all about that Tyler Perry and about the Black culture and how does that make the Black man look. And we always, like you said, we always attack the at high Black men, right? When we should be attacking the at high white men who keep putting the shit out there. Excuse my language. Keep putting the stuff out there for the Black men to follow it. See, we need to just really be true to ourselves, and that way, it'll just be our thing. But when you got people like Quentin Tarantino making the Django and slavery movies and doing all that stuff, Denzel Washington, and he's shooting people on the sidewalk and taking taxes out their pocket, Frank Lucas, and all that, we need to be more committed to the Malcolm X movies and the Spike Lee movies when they talking about the uplifting of the black man, right?
Mhm.
And when we don't get that, that don't do good. It's even with music. They're gonna play what they want to play. They're gonna play Sexy Red. They're gonna shake ass. They're gonna put it on the screen and look. And that's what all of our women are doing, right? So we gotta combat the opposition most of the time. The opposition against us.
Yeah, that's a
Mm-hmm.
topic for
So
another day. Sexy red. That's a topic for another day.
yeah.
That's a topic for another day right there, man.
Hey, man.
Yeah.
Hey,
Out of
man.
pocket, boy. Out of pocket.
Hey, man. Well, guess what, you guys? I know you guys are about to get off. Donald Morton, you already know, bro. You already know. That's
Hey,
like a
hey, Rob,
brother
give us
to
a
me,
big out,
man.
man.
I
He
love
tell
you,
me,
my guy. I love
man.
you. I
Listen, that
respect
man.
you.
Yeah, listen. I love that man, yo. Listen, I reach out to that man. That man has come to my building. He's talked to me and
Mm.
literally, man, like literally talked to me and he's an amazing guy. You know what I mean?
Yes, he is.
He's an amazing man, and I don't care what nobody say. You know what I
No
mean?
doubt.
Like he's never ever done me wrong. I don't care what nobody says anything about that man. He's always uplifted me, and any man that I know he's come across, they have nothing but respect for him. So you know what I
I
mean? And
appreciate that.
Money Mike, I appreciate you, Money Mike. Leave me
I
alone,
appreciate
Money
you.
Mike.
How you
Leave me
gonna
alone.
quit messing with me? Quit messing with me, Rob.
Hey, Donald, get him, Donald. Tell him to leave me alone,
Oh
man. I
man,
don't
come
want to.
on, man.
Donald,
Come
tell that
on.
man leave me alone,
You
man.
know that line is long. You
Hey,
know that line is long. That
hey,
line started back in college, man. Get in
hey,
line.
listen,
Ah,
we want once again want to thank our guests for coming on today. This was a very uplifting conversation. A lot of things were said. A lot of things were, we needed to get out. Like Donald said, we needed to get out. Um, so we thank everybody coming on. If you'd like to support them,
Donate to the HBCU Original Cause. Help out our broadcast to continue to get out quality info to the viewers.
and then we'll have Rob take us out, please.
Hey, let me, Rob.
I'm
before you
sorry,
go, let me say this.
I mean JL Williams.
JL, take us out. But let me say this real quick.
yeah,
Vincent
man.
Bundy.
Hey, man, listen.
Yeah,
Let me say
I'm
this.
just.
Let me say this. Let me say it.
Hey,
Vincent
hey, hey.
Bundy is a genius. Vincent
No,
Bundy
no,
is a
no.
genius. Wait.
God is
Before
a
you
genius.
close, Jack, Vincent Bundy. Let me tell you something.
God is a genius.
No, let me tell you what I'm saying. Vincent Bundy is God gifted.
Yes,
God
he is. Now, that is
gifted.
true.
Okay, to do things that he does. Okay, now he likes to be on the down, but I'm trying to pull it all out. Okay, because he is the key to the success that we are doing right now. Okay,
Yeah.
and I praise God for you,
Absolutely.
my brother, because
Absolutely.
we wouldn't have a voice if it wasn't for you. I just wanted to say that, man. I love you. I haven't even met these brothers. I'm in California. We got Delaware, Philly, and we just, man, I praise God. I said to him, man, I thank God for sending you over.
Yeah.
He somehow found me, and I have no idea. And I'm telling you, brothers are masterminds, okay? And it's something that we don't have in California. We are very integrated, okay? Integrated. We try to go here, but it's good to hear black men say and talk. And that's not what we get. So go ahead, John. I want to say that, Ben. Man, I love you, brother. You are God gifted. Yes.
Absolutely.
Mm-hmm.
I give everything to God, man. Everything.
You are
Yeah,
God
no
gifted.
doubt. Hey, listen, I tell you, I want Donald Morton to have the last word. I just feel led to just let him close us out.
Take
So
us out.
go ahead, Donald.
Oh, thank you, man. I'm honored. I echo what Money Mike says about Vince, about all of you brothers. I love and respect all of you brothers. The importance of today's conversation is being able to confront real issues. As you guys know, we host the Grown Man Podcast, and we often talk about how many cotton candy podcasts there are out there that are not really talking about anything substantive. Every time I come on and watch HBCU Original, it's something substantive. And so, brothers, at the end of the day, we've got two fights. We got to fight as black men. We've got to fight to address our individual character, right? Holding one another accountable, making sure that we're doing the right thing, and being willing to hear someone pull you up when they're
feel like you're doing something wrong. I think that's the responsibility that we have to our brothers. We're not our brother's keeper. We are our brothers, though. Right. So that's number one. Number two, we ought to join together and throw rocks at a common enemy. And the common enemy is anyone that doesn't want to see Black men elevate and advance. Thank God for 4 brothers that I'm here with today that want to see Black men advance and elevate. And I'm appreciative, deeply grateful that you guys have included me in the conversation. I love and respect y'all.
Praise God. Take us out with prayer, Pastor. Take us out with some prayer. We ain't got nothing to be ashamed of.
Yeah, for sure. Father, thank you for today. Thank you for giving us voice. Thank you for giving us courage. Thank you for giving us commitment and consistency. Now we ask that though we leave this place, we don't leave your presence. Continue to give us the conviction necessary to change culture and to confront one another with the love of Jesus Christ. Father, we pray today that our voices were not only spoken, but heard, and that someone's life was transformed as a result of today's podcast. Most of all, we want to give you praise and glory for who you are, not just for what you do, but for who you are and for who you've created us to be. We simply want to make you proud. At the end of the day, we just want to make you proud, and we want to make your name great. We give your name praise for it. In the strong name of Jesus, we pray. Amen.
Amen, brother.
That's a show. That's a show right there.
That's a wrap.
All right.
It's a wrap.